Chapter 10, the final goal. Victims winning victory over sin. Help bear one another's burdens. Galatians 6:2. Be with me a victim by your prayers. My little flower of Lisieux was confined to her cloister, yet through her prayers she was not only a great missionary, but an effective victim for many. Catherine of Siena took on herself the sins and sufferings of other souls, making herself victim for them, refusing to cease her prayer and mortification until she had won the victory. Monica, by her prayers, did much to win the grace of conversion for Augustine. While you are on this earth, you will never know the value and power of prayer. At the wedding feast in Cana, my mother's prayer changed the timetable of my public life. When I said to her, "My time has not yet come," I stated a definite fact. It was her request that caused my hour to come then and there. I also made myself a victim by prayer. As I prayed for all men, so you must pray for all members of my mystical body, and for all those outside my fold as well, that all may be one. Realize that when you pray, you are not only praying as an individual, but as a member of my mystical body. You are myself praying, and my prayer is perfect. It can convert unbelievers, make saints of sinners, release souls from purgatory, and save the dying from the beckoning flames of hell. Be with me a victim through prayer. Be my victim also in pain and grief. Some suffering and sorrow are the lot of every human, because sin brought pain and grief into the world. But how it saddens me to see the precious gold of suffering thrown aside as though it were useless. When I said, "Blessed are the sorrowing, for they shall be consoled," I did not speak idly. The priceless blessing I give to those who are most fully my other selves is the ability to turn sorrow into grace. In your moments of suffering, I extend to you my most anxious care and my choicest blessings. If on the cross, hanging between heaven and hell, that was Calvary, I could give Mary to John and John to Mary, can I forget you in your Gethsemane of grief? I give you crosses only because they enable you to be a co-redeemer of mankind. You do not know, my other self, how many souls were saved by Mary's sharing in my passion. This was, in part, why I permitted her to suffer so with me, and this is why I permit you also to suffer with me. Each sorrow, each pain, each disappointment is a touching of your lips to my cross. These sufferings that I could not bear myself in the short years of my earthly life, I now accept and offer through you. The soldier lying in his hospital bed, leg amputated, the athlete suddenly crippled by polio, the blind, the deaf, and the mute unable to take part in the spontaneous give and take of social life, the schoolboy faced with failure in his examination, the wife or husband unhappily married, the child of a home broken by divorce, the father out of work, being turned away from one office after another. These are all sufferings unborne by me, that I now bear in my other selves, that I now bear in you. Is it not wonderful privilege thus to supply part of my passion? Is it not true, as Francis de Sales said, if jealousy could enter into the realm of eternal love, the angels would envy the sufferings of God for man, and those of man for God? Give me your suffering. When illness besets you, when your body cries for rest and your work seems more than you can manage, when the tasks you are called upon to do apparently demean you, when sleeplessness afflicts you, headaches torment you, pangs of hunger assail you, you are my victim. I join your every pain to my pains of the way of the cross and of Calvary. When you are tormented by worry that seems beyond your power to control, when you are subjected to ridicule and you lose the respect of others, when you are insulted, passed over, reprimanded, when you quake with fear because of a duty you must perform, a speech you must deliver, a telephone call you must make, when you are helping to take the parish census and not knowing how you will be received, when you must solicit aid or funds, when you suffer the stings of poverty, you are with me a co-redeemer. I join all your mental torment to my own dread of the cross, when I said to Peter, James, and John, I am plunged in sorrow. When grief assaults you and threatens to overcome you, when your dear ones depart in death's sleep, when dryness and desolation overwhelm you, when temptation charges upon you apparently all conquering, when you feel that even I have deserted you, and your abandoned, broken soul is totally unable to bear another wound, then know this: you are my other self. The more you think you are abandoned, the more I draw you to me, knowing that in this state there is between me and you the most intimate union. Then you must live by faith alone. Offer me your soul as a victim to do with what I wish. Then indeed your sacrifices are joined to mine. They are mine, just as if I had done them myself, and my sacrifices are yours, just as if you had done them yourself. Then I make up whatever is lacking in your life, even as you make up what remains to be supplied in my own passion. Victims we are, victims we shall be, victim winning victory over sin.